Alright, hey everyone, again, time for another little walkthrough. I'm pretty sure this deck has been around a while, so there's probably other walkthroughs and such, but this is a new to me deck, so, and it's still in order, so I figured I would do a little walkthrough before I started playing with it. I traded somebody on one of the like tarot, metaphysical, whatever groups for a deck that I haven't used in years for this one that I've definitely had my eye on because it is medieval themed. It's got all the medieval art and such on it, obviously. So yeah, and there's a little book that I haven't bothered looking at because I want to try and do it the right way and like kind of just work with it and see what kind of intuition I can get off of it before I start looking at the author's meanings. Anyway, it's got some nice gilding on it. Everybody loves gilding. And this is more or less what they look like. I'm definitely not going to be modifying this one at all. Let's see if we can focus here. Maybe, sort of. I'm pretty sure if you'd have to be kind of silly to trim it because then you would get rid of the gilding and everything else. And I like the gilding, and the borders don't really bother me on the faces here. I like having the numbers and the title. So yeah, I'm gonna try to keep this somewhat brief. I can keep any other random chatter for the accompanying blog post. There's not a good way to get this all in one shot. Sorry. You can tell I don't do these things very often. Okay. So there's the Fool, got the standard sort of white and the dog and everything. Magician, all sorts of animals, and not all 4 implements. Can't quite tell. It's got the cup, the sword, the pentacle. I guess this little thing might be the wand. Anyway, lots of animals too, which I love. High Priestess, which, I mean, you can read them for yourself, but definitely is sort of a different feel to this one for sure. The Empress, all the little fertility symbols in there. Emperor, excuse me. Hierophant, very priest-like. It's got the keys to wisdom, etc. There's some subtle, not quite so subtle symbolism in there. Lovers with the little dog. There is some nudity in this deck for sure, but it's not like in your face. It's kind of, you know, what you expect from a medieval art deck. Chariots with swans, it looks like, instead of you know, lions or something. Horses. Strength. This one's interesting. Not quite sure how to explain it, but it's definitely, again, it's got a different feel to it. It's not the standard like brute force ripping open the lion's mouth thing. Looks like it might be one of the knights there. I don't know. Hermit. Again, a bit of a different feel. It's not like this heavy cloaked figure with in some desolate land journey thing, there's the animals and stuff too. Wheel of Fortune. It's very kind of subtle here because you got the standard wheel there, but then you've got the figures and like the little fire thing going and the animals in the background. Justice. I flipped through this earlier just real quick to kind of get a feel for it, and I didn't quite notice the figures here. That's fun. Is that a... Looks like Angel versus Demon, which is different. Hanged Man, very simple. And Death, again, it's quite different. You got the figure on the bed with little angel type creatures there instead of, you know, the Grim Reaper type of thing. Temperance. The Devil. Again, some nudity, but not a big deal. The only thing I'm not liking about this deck is all of the text in some, like there's a bunch of banners, especially with the minors. There's all this text and stuff that I can't necessarily read. Either it's just not clear enough or whatever. And it's like if it's there, it probably has some sort of meaning, but I can't really tell what that is because they're not legible, really. Tower. A star. Moon. Which actually has a face on it, but it's not in a creepy way, I don't think. The Sun. Judgments. Got sort of Christ figure there. The Worlds. See what I mean? Even here again. Don't know if it'll focus. Yeah, it's very like typical medieval calligraphy that isn't really legible with when it's so small like that. Alright, and so we move on to the minors. This Ace of Swords. And again, it's not focusing. Sorry about that. Butterfly there. Two of Swords. There we go. The 3, very standard, like Rider-Waite pierced heart thing. And the 4. And the art in this is pretty Rider-Waite based, but there's some subtleties here, which is kind of nice. And it is a medieval. The medieval theme is just really, really well done. It's a 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Page, Knight, Queen, King. Go to the Wands. There's some flames and stuff in there, which is neat. The color that the camera is showing isn't quite accurate. Like, it looks way more red on screen for some reason. But oh well. Ace of Wands. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, there's the banner with text I can't really read. Kind of wish I knew what it says because it probably means something for that card, but oh well. Maybe it'll say in the book. I don't really know. Haven't looked at the book at all yet. That's the 7 of Wands. 8, 9, 10, Page. Again, we got some text. Focus. No? There we go. Knight. I love how like how even the horse has some costume there. Queen, which is on the box. And King. Ace of Coins. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, like most of these minors, there's definitely a lot of Rider White styling here, but with that lovely medieval flair. So this one again, it's got like there's the work and everything involved. Without getting into all the detail of what this card could mean, it's a very like medieval worker because you got the more primitive style tools, and looks like you might be doing some leather work there, which is kind of cool. The 9, I love her dress so much. Got the almost Germanic sort of front lacing there with the belts that has 2 little medallions on the front there. And that's the other thing I'm loving about this deck, like I pretty much figured I would. You get that snapshot of the fashion. And being part of the SCA, that's a big thing for me. I love looking at some of the old arts and getting inspiration for my persona, my garb, all of that. There's the 10 of Coins, Page, Knight, Queen. It's kind of a weird mix here as far as the fashion goes. Like I'm almost getting like an early Tudor sort of thing with that necklace and everything, but it could be way off. Or maybe it's not really meant to be any one particular time period. And the King of Coins. I keep wanting to say discs, I think, or pentacles, but it's all interchangeable. They're all the same suit. Ace of Cups with the little dove-looking bird there. And the water. 2, 3, 4. Very in the traditional Rider Waite stacks. You've got the person sitting by the tree with a hand going through a cloud offering the other cup. So it's got that similar, it alludes to that for sure, but I like this better for sure. And the colors are pretty muted, as they probably should be for a medieval deck. 5 of Cups, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, this one has that rainbow thing like a lot of traditional sort of decks do. Page. It's a fish in his cup for some reason. I might have to look into why. That's an interesting choice. Knight of Cups. Queen. and king. We probably already saw the backs. I feel like there was something else I was going to say once I actually got done flipping through the whole thing, but I've forgotten what that was now. So, oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to check to see, since the cups had the water and the wands had the fire, I was going to see Ace kind of has the clouds and the air thing going on. And coins, very earthy green. So there's some subtle nods to the traditional elements, which is a nice touch as well. So these are fairly thick as well. Like the cardstock is it has give. It's not like super thick, but it's not as thin as my, say, Shadowscapes deck. So I don't know if it'll riffle shuffle. Not that I'm very good at riffle shuffling. But yeah, no. I think the gilding kind of no riffle shuffling, really. It's a fairly big deck. Of course, gilding there. So but it's also super glossy, so I can't necessarily shuffle super fast anyway. Okay, I guess that'll do it for now. I will probably be posting more on Instagram once I do. I think I'll do like a little interview spread with this guy. And probably put some more ramblings in the blog posts with this. Talk to you later. Oh, just kidding. If you want a reading, either with this deck or any other deck, really, message me. Instagram, Facebook, email. I'm not currently charging for them, but tips are welcome. Yeah, I can do them through Messenger or through email. I don't really like talking on the phone or anything, and I don't feel like giving out my phone number to strangers. So, if you want a reading, contact me. I will happily take on some more clients.